All right, Dave. What are we talking about today?
Today we're talking about old school Kidrobot.
Woohoo!
Let's do it.
All right. Well, we're talking about Kidrobot Dunnies.
Old school.
Yeah,
Yes! That's awesome!
a
And
couple
when we say
weeks
old school,
ago.
how far back are we going? Like 10 years maybe? Maybe longer?
Yeah, a little longer,
15
maybe.
years?
Well, this guy's pretty old.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago, we were talking about tattoo toys.
Yeah.
We were talking about this guy and how we miss these little Dunnies that came out. So we decided to talk about some of our favorite ones.
Yeah, and this is like, okay, you have in your other room over there in your studio, you have like a giant cabinet full of these. And so we discussed like let's just bring some of our favorites. So this is not all the collection, but it is quite a few. Now, to start
Dave
off,
does have more here on the table than I do.
I didn't know how many to bring, and I brought. Uh, so when we were talking, John was like, "What's a dunny?"
Or Dooney.
Dooney is one of our friends, Christian. He always calls them Doonies and Moonies, and I'm like, "It's money and dunny," and he's like, "Really?" He also calls them
A Zine.
a Zine and a Rhizoprint.
Ay,
So, Ray, can you give us a quick rundown of what is a dunny and what is a money, and then what is Kidrobot? For those that don't know Kidrobot.
Kidrobot, well, it still is.
Yeah.
They do designer toys, vinyl designer toys. They started kind of, was one of the first ones working with artists on customized little figures.
I would say if you're brand new to the toy market and you're like, oh, I just started collecting toys, or if you're younger and you haven't really, you would know Kidrobot from plushes in Target. Like they've done like the Garfield plushes. They've done a whole collection of pretty nice plushes,
Yeah.
but all licensed.
Yeah, I don't even, they don't do any, I mean, besides the new Tristan Eaton anniversary big dunny, I don't think they do them anymore.
I don't know. Let us know in the comments if you.
Yeah, I haven't been. We used to have, well, the Kidrobot headquarters is in Boulder,
Yeah.
and they had a store on Pearl Street.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, the manager there was great. She would call us when there was a new release, and yeah, take our order. It was amazing.
So Kidrobot, super cool toy, designer toy. 10, 15 years ago, they were making really cool underground artists, people that maybe a lot of people didn't know, but they made cool stuff. And when they made it, you're like, wow, this is really cool. I like this.
Right.
And then,
like you said in the last episode, you may not know. I mean, I heard of Macbeth, this guy,
through Kidrobot.
through Kidrobot. I didn't know him before that. Scott Tollefson, um, not to be confused with Ray Tollefson.
When he picked this up, he's like, oh, it's a Ray Tollefson. I was like, what? That's yours? He's like, oh, I mean, Scott.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't really know him until Kidrobot, Scribe. I mean, really, any of these. Mad.
So they were kind of like Kidrobot was kind of the innovators of underground artists and getting their name out there. This is before Instagram, and this is like a lot of these were street artists and graffiti artists, and but okay, so Kidrobot kind of
Started by Paul Budnitz, who now does Super Plastic.
Yeah.
So it was back in doing cool vinyl toys.
All right, so what's a dunny?
Dunny is these guys. The Dunny has the little
Like rabbit ears.
rabbit ear kind of things, and then the money's like that guy. Or
got a big one up there. See.
but it just has little ears. And then there was another one, but I can't remember. I want to say it was a funny. I don't know, but it was PH. It was like
Mm,
PHU.
I don't remember that one.
I don't know. But there was another couple actually that looked more like animals. I just remember seeing those.
Mm.
And you could get blank dunnies, but the monies were the ones that you could get. I think they have them at Target. They may still have them at Target.
Now, when you asked, you were like, "Hey, can you bring over some of your dunnies?" But I did grab this one money because I think this is the only money on the table. And the reason I grabbed this is, man, 15 years ago, one of the big things was to buy a blanket. All kinds of artists were doing, and I think there probably are still artists that do like custom
Oh,
artwork on it. Oh, I'm trying to think of the artist that does Circus Bear. He'll do a lot of these where he like cuts. He'll cut them and do full on sculptures on top of them.
no, 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 no.
I think it's Circus Bear. I'll double check.
There's also the guy, I think it's Squink. Squink? He does some really cool custom.
But what's funny is like I have a couple of these, and as an artist, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do something new. And I literally have a couple blanks that have never been touched, and like literally 15 years later, you're like, yeah, I,
I'm going to leave it like
I
that.
kind of like him blank. He's really cool, just blank.
Well, and I don't think they ever did. Like, if you got blind boxes, the series that they would do were always dunnies. They weren't monies.
Oh, they didn't do series with monies.
I don't think so. I'm sure
Oh,
somebody can let us know if they
that's
did.
interesting. Also, we're trying to grow this channel this year, so
Oh,
quick
yeah.
quick little
So,
plug.
like and subscribe.
Yeah,
Like and yeah, hit that notification button.
I
Whatever you
think
want to do.
we're having a good time doing it. So like, let other people know about our show and
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 this is the only way John makes money. So he is making
yeah,
zero.
yes, yeah.
I
Same,
mean,
same
yeah,
here.
he always brings his kids over when we're shooting and expects me to feed them.
I know it's
So
like, and then you just give them like pizza
I
crust,
feel
like
bad.
leftover. So
Feel
yeah,
bad.
so
So
like and subscribe. That helps us out. We're just trying to grow this and just get the word out there. So
yep, and feed John's kids.
and so you said to bring some of your favorites. I brought a couple that aren't Dunnies necessarily, but they're kind of like old school.
The original robot
This
guys.
is like the original Kid Robot character. Um, I don't really think any of these are super valuable. Like maybe I was looking up online and maybe one of them's like worth $50, but I can't even remember. It was kind of unassuming. It wasn't one that I thought would be. But I always like this little guy, this little character. I think he's pretty cool. Um,
Although this one is one that I would have loved to have had. This is Scribe. Scribe's from Kansas City.
oh really?
And, street artist. He's got a lot of murals in Kansas City. His wife makes really cool um, plushes. And yeah, I think he works at like the children's hospital. Like his job is
Oh,
he works at the children's hospital, so he does a lot of cool stuff there. I don't know if he still does that, but
it's been a long time, right?
yeah, but
Do
yeah,
you have any
there's
scribes?
Scribe did a series that were all kind of Mardi Gras
Oh, you did show
themed.
me one of those.
And yeah, I mean, I like them, but this one is
Pretty great.
amazing.
Um, this is also not a Dunny, but it is an old school Kid Robot. It's called Get Bent, and it's like a little miniature spray paint can.
And it rattles.
It,
And it's made by Mad, which are all
yeah,
these guys.
yeah. I think this is a Mad as well, right? Made by Mad.
Yep. These are the Christmas version of this guy and the Hanukkah version.
So, and okay, so something that was really cool back in the day when we were collecting these is they're so shelvable. I don't know
Yeah.
if I
Shelvable.
is that a
Another
word?
word. This is another word. And the one where we were talking about tattoo toys, you made up a
I did
word.
make up a word. I can't remember what it was, but
Strategery.
no, it wasn't that. That's yeah, no.
That's a George
Yeah,
W. Bush
George
thing.
W. Bush. Yeah. Um, but like as a collector, they were like they're like a cool size, and I had a
Yeah.
pretty nice collection at work on my desk, just because they're small enough that you can kind of stash them around. In fact, I have a funny story about my collection at work that includes John.
Oh, did John probably stole them.
Okay, so at work we had these cabinets over our desk, and they had a little door on them that locked, but the door would slide up and slide back. So I had like a ton of toys inside this cabinet, a whole bunch of toys on top of the cabinet, and I was going to Japan for a 2 week break.
Like a vacation?
Yeah, a little vacation to Japan. And I was sitting there going like, okay, if I've got all my toys out, these yahoos are gonna mess with my stuff. Like one time I went on a week vacation, I came back, everything was wrapped in aluminum foil. Like everything. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna let them mess around. So I'm smart. I like take all my toys, I put them in the cabinet, close the cabinet, lock it, and I hid the key. But I just hid the key like up underneath it because I was like, they're not gonna. As long as it's locked, they won't mess around. John actually, while I was gone, reached out to a locksmith. They
Dang.
paid this guy to make a key, which actually, from what he said, it ended up being quite easy to do.
Surprisingly.
Surprisingly easy. So I come back from my holiday and I'm like,
Oh, I'm
I'm
happy to be
so
back
I'm so
from
clever. Hey
Japan.
everybody, and I'm gonna get my toys out and get everything. And I unlock the thing, I slide it open, completely empty except for one 8x10 photograph of the entire team posing with all of my toys. They're all like posing and they're all gone. Like everything's gone. I was like, you dirty rat. Ah,
Yeah, that sounds like John.
yeah. It ended up we were moving out of that building anyways, and so we had to box everything. So I was like, this worked out great. I didn't have to box anything up, and we moved to our new headquarters. So, but anyways, the toys themselves are like really easy to display.
I know when we've been at Designer Con, one of the things that people are always, oh, that's too big. I
Yeah,
live in an apartment, I can't.
yeah.
But you can have a million of these things. I mean, in the case out there, I've got millions of them.
It's not really millions. It's a
Millions.
couple hundred. So what's the deal with this size here? Is this pretty? Is this common? Is this something that was?
Yeah, I mean, it's the middle size. So you got the small, the middle, and then they have the bigger that are the size of the money back there. Um, but yeah, I mean, Scott Tollefson has several that are this size. Um, and yeah, it's a standard. I don't know what size it is. It's 3 times this one, so 8 or 9 inches, I
I
guess.
think something that was fun about the Kidrobot is they did do these like specialty like materials. They have a sriracha one that
Yeah, we
has
have
like
that one out there.
red clear plastic.
Well, the cool thing about the sriracha one is that some of them were full and some of them were not full. It's
So they
pretty
would do
cool.
these like kind of cool specialty materials and plays where it was like, oh, it feels really nice. Yeah, because I was looking at this like the clear plastic and stuff. It's pretty unique.
Yeah, these are great. I mean, it's kind of dusty,
Yeah, I did the
but
same thing. I was like pulling all my stuff when Ray was like, "Oh, can you bring some?" I was like, "Oof, it's been sitting a while." So
yeah,
it's a good thing. They sit on a shelf and you can just enjoy them.
yeah,
You get to know some new artists, get to meet,
yeah. And,
research new artists.
Huck G. This is one from mine and one from yours.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, yeah, it's just great. I mean, Huck G does a lot of really cool stuff. So, um, yeah, I mean, I wish they
So
would do. I know, the person that you've talked to has said they want to get back into this kind of
yeah,
stuff, which would be
we're all for it.
amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
like let's do that now.
The thing is there's
Kidrobot,
so many
if you're listening,
amazing.
let's do it now.
There's so many amazing artists out there on Instagram now that, man, Kidrobot could just crush it with really cool artists that maybe not a lot of people know, but have huge followings that you'd be
Yeah.
like, wow, how did I never hear about this person?
I
So,
think it would be amazing.
yeah.
But
All right, Kidrobot,
come on.
let's do it. We're excited.
Yeah,
wanna
we
see
can't
some-
wait for you to do it.
Yeah, new cool stuff. Woohoo!
Maybe hire John so he can get some more money. Unless we get a bunch of subscribers. And don't forget, we're still looking for, if we get to 2,000 off of this video, Dave will still get a tattoo.
I thought it was 10,000. Did we lower it to
2,000 subscribers.
Oh, and 10,000 views.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'll even I'll drop the views. Just let's get 2,000 subscribers.
No.
2,000 subscribers, and Dave is going to get pick a tattoo off of this guy.
No.
Maybe he'll get the word meat tattooed on his hand.
It's not happening. Time to wrap this one up again. See you later, everybody.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.